finances in shape. Today, Gordon Brown will sum up his performance in what could be his last pre-budget report.
Yes, education can expect a lot more money. Polluters can expect another green clampdown. But is it all just a final blast on the trumpet for the Prime Minister in waiting? Well, let's ask him. Gordon Brown joins us now from Millbank. Very good morning to you, Chancellor. We've had an awful lot of questions coming in from our viewers this morning for you. Some of them concerning your son Fraser. They just want to know how well he's doing at the moment. I hope you don't mind me asking about that.
We're very touched by the messages we received, and they have been inspirational, you know, from people who've suffered from this disease. And we're very optimistic, and we also understand there are thousands of people around the country who've got exactly the same challenges, and we feel exactly the same way as them, that there's real hope for the future.
Yes, we all wish him well. Well, let's talk about the pre-budget report. Talking about education, we're hearing an awful lot of money is going to go into an already well-primed pump. Where's the money going to come from?
Mainly from the growth of the economy and from higher employment. There's 2.5 million more people in work. And you see, what we've got to do now is think, where's Britain going to be in the next few years? We had to create stability, we had to deal with unemployment, we had to invest in catching up in our public services. But we've now got to look, how are we going to challenge India and China? How are we going to challenge America and the rest of Europe? And education and training and skills is going to be the key to this, bringing out the best in our people. So I want people to focus with the reports we're publishing on how we can improve our schools, improve our colleges, get more people studying in college and university, and for adults in the workplace, how perhaps they themselves can get new skills during their working life. And it's a huge challenge, but I think Britain could lead the world in meeting this challenge in the years to come.
You talk about competing with those developing economies, fast developing economies. Now, one thing we think you're going to talk about, though, is punishing polluters, is increasing environmental taxes. Is that going to leave us on a slightly unlevel playing field in that competition with the developing world?
Well, look, on cutting carbon emissions, which is one of the great challenges if we're going to have a healthy planet with high quality of life in Britain, there's a number of things we can do. There's better science. We're introducing a carbon market. We're putting a lot of public investment. We're doing a huge amount of insulation. Now, all these things have a big role to play. You wouldn't expect me to announce before a pre-budget report what I've got to say, first of all, in the House of Commons.
Well, but just let me digress a minute. I mean, why are you doing that? Some unkind thoughts say it's to spike David Cameron's guns on his first anniversary as leader.
Not at all, no. I've been invited by television and radio to speak simply because we published all these reports in the last few days. It's rather unique. Before a pre-budget report, we published the Leach report on skills, the Eddington report on transport, the Barker report on planning, and people want to know what these mean for the future. And what I can say they mean is that we're looking ahead and trying to equip the country properly for all the challenges ahead. We're not complacent about what's happened in the past. We're trying to build better for the future. And that's been the purpose of this number of reports, which I think are path-breaking for a country like ours.
A lot of them coming out. Yes, well, back to those green taxes. Are you going to reintroduce the fuel escalator? Are we going to pay more?
I think you've got to wait until you hear what I say in the House of Commons today. What I can say is, as far as the cutting of emissions and making for a healthier planet with a better quality of life, there's a whole range of things, and taxation is only one part of trying to get emissions down. And we're doing it best, you know, by energy efficient homes, by cutting fuel emissions in vehicles themselves, making them more energy efficient, by investing in, you know, for example, in energy efficiency in industry itself. Now, we've actually made huge progress to meeting what are called the Kyoto targets, and even with big growth in the economy, 26% over the last few years, we've had a big cut in the number of greenhouse gases, and we are unique of countries in our ability to get them down. But I think people in Britain want us to have a better quality of air and less pollution, and I think we'll have to do something about that as well in the longer term.
OK, some viewers' questions for you. Now, I think we've had most on this particular subject. Paulette Robinson is representative. I'd like to know why the winter fuel allowance, which presumably you'll have something to say about that today, I want to know why the winter fuel allowance cannot be extended to the long-term sick and disabled. We get cold too.
I think you'll find that benefits for the long-term sick and disabled and generally social security benefits are going up by a bit more this year, but the winter allowance was designed for pensioners, and it was one thing that we did, and we raised it so that over 80s get £300 and people who are pensioners get £200, and it's specifically for pensioners, and I think it is making a difference in helping people meet their fuel bills. There are other measures for people who are on other kinds of benefit.
OK, perhaps we're not going to hear about this in the pre-budget report, but another question from Rod Travascus in Powys says, should you, Chancellor, become our next Prime Minister, will you have the courage to have Happy Christmas on next year's Christmas cards from number 10? And will you stop this insidious diminution of our British way of life? What's it with all this happy holidays? What about Happy Christmas?
Well, I think it is very important to celebrate Christmas. It is a Christian festival, and I have always thought it's right to celebrate Christmas in that way. Now, and that's what I think most of the country want to do, whatever people's faith is. They feel that Christmas is an important festival and worth celebrating.
So it'll be Happy Christmas from the Prime Minister this time next year on your Christmas card?
Or from the Chancellor, or from whatever job I'm doing.
OK, Gordon Brown, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on
You're
Breakfast.
very kind, thank you.